something really crazy? Can we do something crazy? Yeah.
What, everyone? What? No, I know. We designed it. That's an awesome one.
Hey, what's up, Wave Feeler Nation? We are here at our first ever red carpet event as press. We are going to see the What movie tonight. It is based off of a deaf actor who's trying to make it into Hollywood, can't get cast, and the actual leading actor is actually deaf, as well as a lot of the staff and crew that worked on the project and on the movie. So it's breaking a lot of boundaries here in Hollywood, especially with the success of recent movies like Coda and The Sound of Rock. So I'm just excited to be here and grateful, and we're going to take you over here to the red carpet very soon. Alek, how are you tonight? Thank you so much for being here.
I'm doing great. Absolutely, thank you.
What is it like to be a part of such a big opportunity? You guys just hit it really hard on the film festival circuit. You're here tonight in LA. Tell us about how you're breaking boundaries into the industry.
Sure. So this film is definitely very different. Our investors are all deaf. Our producers are all deaf. The cinematographer was deaf. Half the crew was deaf. 10 of our actors were deaf, including our lead actor right over there, John. I am not deaf, but I am fluent in sign language. I've been working in the deaf community for about 20 years, and so this is really a ASL deaf production, kind of start to finish, and I think that's pretty different.
Yeah, super cool. How has this opportunity been healing, cathartic, fun, exciting for you?
Oh, pure joy, except for trying to coordinate the guest list for today. Other than that, you know, I want to make movies, and here I got to make a movie, and 15 days of shooting every single day was pure joy. No matter what the challenges there were, there I was standing there going, yeah, you're making a movie, and now we're showing it in a movie theater in Beverly Hills. So I better not be complaining.
Alex, thank you so much for your time.
Of course, thank you. Yeah.
John, thank you so much for being here. What is it like being a part of all this tonight?
So Josh,
really, it's nice. It feels, especially after Coda happening, it feels like we're in the right wave. We're riding the right moment. So with the cast together, it's an incredible feeling. This film means a lot to us, because really, deaf culture, it's our time right now. You haven't seen us out there before, but now we're here.
Absolutely. How has this personally been healing, cathartic, fun, therapeutic for you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, the movie is based on my journey as an actor. So when I read the script and when I see the movie, it makes me feel emotion. It's traumatic, but at the same time, after seeing the film, it really helped me a lot. Like you said, it's cathartic. It's really, our goal is to educate the public, not just in the entertainment industry, but in general, everyone. All these people and all these companies that are hiring deaf actors or deaf people behind the scenes, there's deaf people with degrees who are working for minimum wage, you know? We've been oppressed for so long. So the film, again, is just more education, and it means so much to us.
Where do you see this going in the future? What other boundaries can we break?
Well, this coming out April 19th, it's going to come out on all the streaming services. So hopefully that gives us more exposure. And again, it just gives deaf people more opportunity for roles. That's the goal. And it's not just actors, writers, directors, makeup artists, anything behind the camera. We have so many out there, so many people standing with so much to offer. So we just want to bring them in.
Absolutely, John. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Josh, what's it like being a part of this opportunity here tonight? I know you guys were just at the big film festival. I know you got to see a lot of cool things. So how's it been for you?
It's a really good question. It's been an honor to be part of this process. It's been exciting. It's been very new for me. Yeah, I feel privileged to be part of a movie that's all the investors are deaf. Most of the crew was deaf while we were shooting. I was one of the very few hearing actors on set. And to just be brought into this world and learn and get to be part of what this movie's about is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever imagine that you would ever get the chance or the opportunity to be a part of something like this?
You know, growing up, I did Deaf West's very first musical, which was Oliver. I was 14 and I was the voice of Oliver in that. So that's when it kind of started being part of this wonderful community of people. And then a few years back, I got to do Flowers for Algernon with them, with Daniel Duran, who was just in Coda. I was voicing for him, playing Charlie. So like little bits of my life, I've been in this world a little bit, and that's where I met Alek, our director, and he brought me onto this project. So a little bit, it's a half and half to answer your question. A little bit, yeah, it feels like exactly the right next step, and a little bit just kind of feels like, wow, how did I get to be part of this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Start from there, from when you're thinking about when you first started to where you are here right now tonight.
Yeah.
What would you like to leave all the listeners of the Wayfielder Nation with who want to do, maybe follow a similar path?
I think look for any opportunity to tell new stories. And by new stories, I just mean stories that you haven't popularly heard told yet. They're there, they're out there, and take the opportunity to participate in that, because that's where you're going to find something new for yourself. And that was my experience. Yeah.
Awesome. Josh, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Justin. Thank you very much.
All right. Hi, guys. Thank you for being here. What was it like being a part of this opportunity?
I've never felt this before. Seeing this language on my screen. Because I know Catalan Sign Language. And now being here in the United States, it means so much to me. Coming from Spain and then coming to the United States and letting me use my sign here. Again, it means so much. It's amazing. I feel so inspired. Because growing up, I always wanted to act. I've always wanted to be an actress, but it's so hard, especially in Spain. In Spain, there's no access, and I mean, there's not a lot of opportunity. But coming to America and getting opportunities to act in movies, it's incredible. And using my own language, my Spanish Sign Language here, it feels great. I feel blessed, and it really touches me. Thank you.
You're an inspiration to so many people coming from another country. To being a part of a unique opportunity like this, what would you like to leave people inspired with who want to follow something similar, a career of acting? Oh yes. I'm looking so forward to more opportunities. I want to tell Spanish people to come to the United States. It's accessible here. There's captions here, so you can see. And there's just more opportunity here at the United States. Really, our point is that we have our own language. Language of Catalonia. And now that they see Spain in the United States signing, that's worldwide. That means so much for Spanish actors. Let's do it. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Working on a unique opportunity like this, how has it been for you?
I like the director meeting my child.
Coming here, I mean, what's important to me is seeing the representation, seeing deaf actors, seeing ASL on the screen, having a deaf director, having more deaf crew members, and ASL permeated throughout the picture. It feels so great. And now we're showing everyone what deaf people are capable of. Yes, we can have hearing people in the crew and part of the team, and it's necessary. But deaf people can be a viable part of the team. It's interesting because in other countries, we have to come here to the United States because there's open communication here. So, you know, we bring our sign language here and we share that. We use iPhones or smartphones to text message, but we sign with our hands, and the expression there, we understand each other regardless of language here in the United States. It's a beautiful thing. So really, your hands signing is like a universal language. It's so close.
I'm sure so many times you've been told no, and you were probably discouraged, but you're here tonight. What would you like to tell everybody who has a dream that wants to do something very unique just like you did?
Really, the important point again is that deaf people can do anything. I mean, what we've been through is changing, and now the world is seeing us, and the point is to educate the world. We're equal. We can do anything they can do. We're all artists, and we have to share our art, and it's different because we're all different. So we have to show our actions, show our art, show our language. And you know that some hearing people, it's just ignorance. You know, we don't blame anybody. But now we have to keep exposing the world and teaching the world. We're so proud of our deaf culture and who we are. Deaf art, deaf acting, it's all just art and acting. So I envision a future where hearing and deaf people are equal and we can do anything.
You are such an inspiration. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great night.
Thank you.
Jeremy, you got to be a part of this tonight. You're here tonight. Being a part of something unique and as special as this, how's it been for you?
I mean, it's probably really cliche to say. You probably heard amazing said in a whole bunch of different ways, but it was sort of a great stroke of luck because Alek, the director, writer, and myself, we went to elementary school together in New York.
Oh, wow.
So we've known each other for a very long time, and we reconnected a while ago, did a Buster Keaton podcast, and he was telling me about this project, and even before there was an inkling of whether or not I'd be involved in it, I was just so amazed at what a great idea it was, and the people that he got together. So, you know, again, like just shooting it, the idea was incredible. Shooting it was even more fun, and then getting to watch it, I mean, like it just gets better and better.
Yeah. From way back in elementary school, did you ever imagine that you would be in the entertainment industry, let alone be a part of something as exciting as this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, more? You want more of that? Oh, no.
You can expand if you like.
Sure, if you want. I like to give those David Lynch answers. No. You know, that's
I like it.
Yeah, well, my father was an actor when I was growing up, and if you've ever seen Tootsie, my dad is the waiter in the Russian tea room in Tootsie. He's got 4 lines. Awesome. But, you know, I always knew that I wanted to act, and I love comedy, and I love entertaining, and things like that. So, you know, but doing it with Alek way back then, no, he was a year behind me. He's younger than me. I was like, no, it's embarrassing. Never. But yeah, ever since, you know, the two of us hooked up, we've been, again, doing podcasts and writing together and working like this. So, you know, did I ever see this coming? No. Am I really glad it happened? Yeah.
No, absolutely. With that too, being a part of this particular project, how has that personally been healing, therapeutic, fun, cathartic for you?
Well, I mean, it's really interesting, you know, to talk about catharsis or, you know, healing or anything else, because we shot this, you know, well, we were writing it before the pandemic, or he was writing before and creating before the pandemic, shooting it as it was happening, and then now here we are coming out of it, hopefully, and and now we get to see it. So like, just to see people again, to get in with the community of so many great people at a wonderful time. Like to be doing this, a week after Coda won, I mean, it, like, you can see, like, this is part of something much larger, and like to see it all happening in real time is really fascinating. Yeah.
Jeremy, thank you so much, man. It's a pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure.
Hope you have a great night.
Nice meeting you too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. It's so cool to be a part of something like this. I mean, you can feel like there's an energy and a buzz in the air, right?
Yeah, it's something unique and something different.
Yeah, how has that personally been for you, just being here tonight?
It's been awesome. It's been a pandemic, so with 2 kids at home, I haven't done a lot of this type of activity, so it's fun. It feels a little bit more normal.
Yeah. Just in general, just being a part of the entertainment industry, we got shut down. There wasn't a lot of work. There wasn't anything going on. What has it been like for you just getting back out into the world, maybe getting over some new anxieties that we didn't have before?
Right, well, I'm mainly a voice actor, so I actually didn't shut down at all.
Yeah, that's
I got
great.
to work from my home studio for most of it, which was great, and welcome a bunch of new people into the voice acting realm, because a lot of people that couldn't work on camera then came and did voiceover.
Did you find that being in voiceover, being in acting, studying both at different times and maybe sometimes at the same time, and then how you kind of put a new stipulation on it because you have sign language, in something like this, did you find that acting and studying voiceover, like, it helped you understand it all at once, or did it kind of take a long while, kind of a process for it?
Well, I mean, it's all rooted in acting, right?
Yes.
Like, that's the foundation of everything. It's not about what voice you have or any of that. So I'm a theater major, and that's been my foundation, and so that just naturally transitioned me to voiceover.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing voiceover, being an actor, being a creative, how has that person been healing, therapeutic, fun, and just cathartic for you on this whole journey, this whole ride, all the way up to tonight?
It's been great. It's been, you get out of college and you have these visions of sort of what your life will be, and then life happens, and then you take different paths. I stopped doing everything and had 2 kids and decided to stay home with them. I decided that then I couldn't just stay home and for the rest of the time I needed to be creative, so I wrote 2 one-woman shows, and that was really fulfilling, and then that's transitioned to this and to voiceover and to all this creative stuff blossoming now.
So are your kids into the entertainment yet, or are they not so much?
Not yet. They love to hear mommy read stories and funny voices.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they're still young.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. What is it like being a part of this?
Oh, it's great. I'm so inspiring. I watched the film, and I studied film theory. So when I watched the film, I saw that the director took a lot of pulled a lot of scenes that are similar to the Charlie Chaplin movies, and with the old standing film. So to be a part of the team, I'm really excited because it's mostly deaf people. So I think we're making a breakthrough. I call it the Deaf One-a-thon, like a rebirth of ASL, that people really want to see more ASL and deaf people in films, like authentic diversity. So I'm very excited to be a part of that.
Absolutely. What was your initial thoughts finding out that this was going to come to life?
Oh, I was just mind-blowing. I'm just so excited. The art of films like Coda really helped generate spoke to a lot of excitement that people want to see more ASL films.
Yes, thank you so much. Listen, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great time.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how did this unique opportunity land in your lab?
Well, we David Josh Lawrence is over there, and he'll come over in a bit. He's our head of acquisitions for my company, Glasshouse Distribution, and he brought the film to me. Here's David. Yeah, he's the head of acquisitions, and he brought the film to me and he said, this one is unique and different. And I watched it and I just thought it was so sweet. And, I was at the premiere of The Artist at the Cannes Film Festival, the first time it was ever shown in public. And I had a similar type feeling with this film. It's like there's a lot of similarities, a black and white silent film. But I also think, with Coda winning the Best Picture and all that, it's about time to start looking at films like this for a deaf audience and show that there's great stories to be told.
Absolutely. Going on that note, bringing it back to the original roots where Hollywood started with silent black and white film, but adding the twist of breaking boundaries. Where do you see that going in the future? Where would we like to be?
Well, and I would let you want to answer one, or do you want to just go back and forth?
I mean, I would say that, anytime you look back in history to figure out where you're going to go in the future, you always find, films and stories that are going to be unique, you know what I mean, that are going to tell a story about a people that haven't had a voice, you know what I mean, so to speak. So, and when you watch this film, it's so engaging, you can't look away because you've lost the story, you've lost the thread in a time when everybody's looking at their phones and they're getting distracted at their house while they're trying to watch a movie. This movie doesn't allow that. You have to focus. You have to be engaged. And when you're engaged, you learn something, you know what I mean? You learn what it's like to have a perspective of somebody else that you previously didn't have that perspective of.
No, absolutely. Being a part of this, something unique as this, how has this personally been healing, therapeutic, cathartic, fun for you?
Well, ultimately, I would say that the film itself is just a very sweet, cute film, and in the best ways possible. I don't mean cute like, oh, it's a little cute. I mean, it's really one of those films that you watch and you're just like, oh, it's very touching, it's very sweet. And remember at the same time that it was like, I started as an actor, it's like, though we produce and own a distribution company, this film still has that whole actor trying to make it by, that Hollywood story, and I think that will resonate with all the people here and many people that have a dream and they fulfill that dream. So it's a general story.
Guys, I love that. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope you have a great night. Thank you. Gabe, thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for introducing the film to the distributors.
I do what I can.
Tell us a little bit about how that whole meeting happened.
It just came together. I was actually shooting a series with John, the lead of the film, John Maucere, and he and I started talking about the film that he had just done. And Tom and I have been friends and partners, done lots of projects together. And I said, well, you should talk to Tom, and he did. I didn't even know that he had done it until after Tom had already picked it up, and now it's going out, and now we got the premiere, and we're going strong. I love it.
I love that, man, because it's like, it's just that one motion. It's a catalyst.
Yeah, I said it in passing. I'm like, well, you should really talk to Tom because I've been an interpreter for about 15 years, an actor for 35, something like that. I think 35. And it was just the two worlds came together, and here we are. It's really cool.
Absolutely. How has it been tonight, being a part of all this? How's it personally been for you?
It's a little trippy because I've got my two worlds have smashed together. I feel like an atom has come and just like the interpreting world and the deaf world and the acting and performing world are just now they're all together and everybody's happy. It's good. It's great.
Gabe, it was a pleasure meeting you, man. I hope you have a great night.
Yeah, I'm already having it. Thank you.
Thank you. Addy, such a cool opportunity to be here tonight. There's a buzz in the air. Being here tonight, just being a part of this, what's it been like for you?
I'm really excited about this whole thing coming out. I think the deaf community getting more attention is really amazing. I've been studying sign language for 3 years now in school. It's just learning about the community and interacting with other deaf students in the school is something that I think that I'm glad it's getting more attention because of movies like Coda that are out now, and hopefully inspiring new, young, deaf artists to make awesome stuff.
Before studying sign language and then doing 3 years of it up until tonight, what kind of ideas do you have, just something like this, these projects, working with more deaf artists?
I think it's interesting. I think that deaf storytelling with the excellent actors that are now just on the scene and the codas that I think that they have such an incredible ability to bring stories to life, and I think that the future of storytelling within the deaf community and hopefully bringing more attention to it is a bright one, and I'm really hopeful.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great night. Thank you.
Yeah, you too.
Katie, it's so exciting to be here. There's a buzz in the air. There's a lot going on. What has it been like personally for you just to be a part of something like this?
Well, it's really great to be back in the world where things are happening and people get to hug each other and see each other, and I think we've really missed that. So it's great to be back to something like that, and to be able to support such a great film like this tonight. It's just really exciting.
Man, no, absolutely. along with this, we call it the CODA movement. And there's a lot of other changes happening in Hollywood and in the industry. What other boundaries, or where do you see we going in the future with this?
Anywhere. It's everything. Like the doors are all open now. So let's go ahead and let's make films. Let's make television. Let's make everything we want to make. We're creative and go ahead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And with that too, there's been a lot of writers and a lot of producers who've had the opportunity to be a part of the crew too. Maybe somebody for like an aspiring actor, somebody coming up who doesn't sign. What would you recommend to those people who haven't maybe thought about working with a deaf artist?
I think it's a great question, because I think anything that's new is a little bit scary, and so that's understandable, but you have to try new things in life or you're boring and you're gonna die, you know, like go ahead, like try something new, meet new people and experience everything that this beautiful life has to offer, and don't be so afraid. It's okay because we're all in this together, we're all learning from each other, like that's the best part.
Absolutely. And finally, how has being here tonight, seeing everything happen, how has that personally been healing, therapeutic, fun, cathartic for you?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been to like a big Hollywood event. I was walking up to this and I was like, why am I a little bit nervous? Like it's been a long time. So it's really great to see old friends and just sort of like reconnect with people. There's a lot of people here that I haven't seen in a long time, you know, since my switched to birthdays, and it's just, yeah, it's great to be back.
Hey, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope you have a great night.
Yeah, thanks, you too.
Justin, pleasure to meet you. We were just talking. It's the Justin and Justin show here. There's a buzz in the air. There's a lot going on. We're riding the wave. There's a lot of things changing in Hollywood. What is it like being a part of this here tonight for you?
Well, it's out of the ordinary at this point, but it's wonderful. It's really great to be seeing this in the theater, the way it's meant to be seen. So it's really exciting. It's a special project for us.
Absolutely. Justin, where do you see the future going with more artists, writers, producers being in the industry who weren't before?
What was that?
Where do you see kind of more boundaries being broken and kind of going into the future with this?
With this, you mean with deaf actors in
yes.
general? There's nothing more cinematic. You know, in there's a language. There's a language of deaf cinema and film. That's an extension of deaf theater. That has only begun to be seen by the world. So it is a big future ahead of it. That is just going to be just as exciting for hearing people as it is for deaf people to experience. So,
Justin, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great night. Ryan, LeeAnne, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Amazing night. There's a lot going on.
So exciting, right?
Yes, just how has it been for you just being a part of something like this?
We've been hearing about this project from Josh Breslow for several years now. He was a regular on our show, Dwight in Shining Armor, and pretty much our favorite person. And,
well, he was so good. He actually was supposed to be just a one-off co-star, and he just like killed it in the episode. We ended up putting him in 5 seasons and put him in our writer's room. I mean, he's just so talented. And the whole time he's been talking
He's been talking about this project and how excited he was. And so being here tonight to be able to celebrate with him and with Alek and John and Peter, it's a thrill for us to be included.
And the culmination of so much hard work. So we're just honored to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just talking to Katie. Maybe for actors or other artists and writers who haven't worked with deaf artists before, what can you kind of leave with them to be more inclusive and be more open to working with deaf artists in the future?
It's a great question.
That's a great question. I think that movies like this go a long way to change people's perceptions of that. Even for us, because often we feel like we have limited access to that community, and this is just a way to open the doors to let us start talking to each other and start appreciating each other.
Spark new ideas. I mean, just being here, it's so exciting to see all the different members of the deaf communities. You know, I actually saw an incredibly engaging community conversation going on, and I was like, this is just such a visceral, exciting language, and so this is a place to spark the ideas.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I hope you have
Thank
a great night.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure meeting you.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Paul, you've been in the industry for a while. You've got to be a part of really fun, exciting events. Being a part of something like this tonight, being a part of your other films that you were just in, The Sound of Rock, how's it been for you?
Oh, no, it's exciting. You know, I grew up with deaf parents, and at the time when I was growing up, there were no movies with closed captioning, subtitles, no texting. So deaf people were really kind of shunned from the entertainment world. So now, this is really an exciting time for deaf actors, for the deaf community to see themselves on the screen as deaf actors. We need more deaf writers so they can show their stories. But right now, it's like that ceiling that they've been living under is gone now, so they can just go anywhere they want. So deaf people seeing themselves on the screen with deaf actors, this is what this is all about. So it's very exciting. I wish my parents were here right now because they could feel this feeling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. With that too, you talked about deaf people. There's a lot of deaf writers, deaf directors, a lot of crew that was brought along with this project.
Right. Yeah.
Where do you see that going, breaking more boundaries in the future?
Well, I see this as being like proof that deaf people can work anywhere in the industry. So that means, you know, behind the camera, but, you know, writers telling their own stories. That's what we really need. So this is what we're hoping is going to happen from this, to have deaf input on their own stories. That's the only way you're going to tell. You know, it's going to be a true life experience. So hopefully this year it's like a breakthrough year. It's perfect. Yeah.
Do a better job. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's such a pleasure meeting you. Thank you. I hope you have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.